Okay, so we are going to try and figure out the exonerations. So I've just opened the spreadsheet that was downloaded from Administrator Plus, and the first thing we're going to do is tidy it up, because it has a lot of information that we don't need. So I'm going to take away these numbers here. I don't need the calendar year. I do want to know what grade level they're in. I don't care so much about the course number or their section. The course name is perfect. I don't need the staff ID, and I know who's teaching, so I can get rid of all of that. Oh, here I've got their grades. I'm not interested right now in the first semester grade. I'm going to take away the second semester grade, and these last three columns are empty. Right, so now we have a cleaner spreadsheet to start work. The other thing to look at here is that every number has a little green mark. So that's telling you that Excel doesn't recognize it as a number, it's just seeing it as text. So what I'm going to do is select all of these numbers, scroll all the way down. It's quite a big spreadsheet right now. Okay, and I have a little box here with an exclamation mark, which is saying to me that the number of in the cell is formatted as text. I'm just going to click there. I'm going to convert to number, and voila. Now I can start to sort and organize these as numbers. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick a grade level. So I'm going to click here on this little symbol on the corner, and I'm going to filter only 7th grade. Now I'm going to work one subject at a time. So let's start with English. Okay. Now I've got all the kids in 7th grade in English. I think what I might do now is just take a step backwards, pick all the subjects again, pick all the grade levels again, and make this last column bold and bigger so I don't confuse myself. So I'm just going to go back, select 7th grade, select English, and there we go. Last thing is to rank them. So I'm going to click here in the square in the corner. That just selects the entire spreadsheet. I'm going to go to Data. I'm going to click on Sort, and I'm going to sort by. It's not recognizing that I have headers, so I'm going to tell it that my data indeed has headers. And now I can choose what I want to sort by, so I'm going to sort by the final grade. That did it from lowest to highest. Well done, George. So I'm going to just flip it here from largest to smallest. And now very quickly we can see that Juliana and Enrique are tying for first place, Sofia Pantoja in second place, and we have 4 students right now tying for 4th place. So I'm just going to copy and paste these kids, and I'm going to open a little tab here. I'm going to rename it as 7th grade, and I'm going to paste my English students. I need to give these columns a little bit of space just to organize the formatting, so I'm clicking in the top left again. I'm going to wrap text, and there we go. I like to keep the performance from each term because you want to make sure that you don't accidentally pick a kid that was failing for half the year or something, perhaps. Now we're going to go back and do exactly the same thing for another subject. So we'll click here on course name, We'll unclick English and we'll click Spanish. And do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to go to Data. I'm going to Sort. And it's remembered what I did from last time, so that makes it nice and easy. And here we go, 91. Well, we're not going to exonerate below 90. So here we go. Copy and paste, back to our 7th grade sheet. So you can see very quickly we start to build up the exonerations from 7th grade. I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple from 8th grade so we can review the procedure. So let's say I'm done with 7th grade, so I click here on grade level, but it's not giving me more options. Well, that's because I'm only showing Spanish for 7th grade. So I need to go back to course name and tell it I want to see every subject. Now I can go back to grade level and focus in only on 8th grade and do exactly the same thing. So let's say now we want to look at science. So we click on the corner again, we go to sort. It's still remembering my options, just click OK, and there we go. So we see Naomi Pizarro close to perfection. And in science there are very clear top 3. It's sometimes worth just picking a few extra kids here. I would often even copy and paste all the kids that have 90 above, because when somebody comes and complains, as they inevitably will, it's useful to be able to actually show the ranking. So let's just go ahead and do that. So copy, I'm going to open another tab for 8th grade, so I'm going to rename it 8th grade, and there we go. So again, I'm just going to tidy it up slightly, giving a bit more space. So I'm going to go back to home, I'm going to unclick, select the whole spreadsheet, unclick wrap text, and there we go. If you like colouring in, you can just shade here your top 3 students. And there we go. So that's the process. Of course, the spreadsheet can be used for all sorts of other things, including monitoring the bottom end of the group. So I hope that helps.